Hello everybody, this is Gamer45 and I am finally back with another video. And what better video to talk about than Doom multiplayer. So far, the main trio of Doom 2016, the campaign is great and it looks better than ever. Snap map has unfortunately been axed from the game, and multiplayer has been mostly silent until this part. I'm 99% sure it's going to be there. I'm pretty sure they've mentioned it here or there as well, so we did have to ask that question. But the question that we do have to ask is, what's it going to be like? I think they haven't shown anything yet this time around. It's because they're working a lot more on the multiplayer. They know by the reviews and the classic hardcore fans of the old school multiplayer that it didn't go down 100% well. Yes, it was by far the weakest part of the game, in my opinion, in Doom 2016. Snap map and the campaign was just much better. But it wasn't that bad. It wasn't like it's absolutely terrible or nothing like that. Yes, it had loads of modern twists, but some of them twists I really did like, such as the demon runes. Playing as a demon is overpowered, but it's really fun and everyone's got a chance to get in it. Apart from, there's always that one player that always hangs around the demon spawn locations. That sucks. There's no way that you can really change that unless there's going to be a complete random demon spawn each time, which is possible, but that's not why I'm talking about this, so let's just move on. Yeah, so multiplayer has been left out until pretty much the whole of this whole reveal situation with Doom Eternal. What do you think is the reason? Personally, for me, I think they're working a lot more on it, and I think they're going to give this multiplayer a bit more of a bigger reveal, so it's going to have kind of its own trailer presentation instead of just there. And that is because I feel like they have gone back to their roots with multiplayer in this next game. Now, I've mentioned this before, and I definitely stick to it right at this current moment, that I honestly think that the multiplayer is going to play out a lot more like classic Doom. Now, what I mean by this is the no loadout situation and possibly no demon runes. So you're going to go in there with probably just your pistol or maybe even fists or something, and around the level, around a big multiplayer map, there's multiple weapon locations and there's multiple health and possibly, if they keep it, demon locations, which you have to go and grab yourself, and you can have as many weapons as you want, long as you're the one who grabs the weapons and of course use them effectively so that you don't run out, etc. Just like classic Doom. So if you've played the classic multiplayer deathmatch, then you know what I'm talking about. And this is something that I feel like is going to be in Doom Eternal as that final part and that final classic feeling. And that's why I feel like it's going to be there, because everything we've seen so far is going back to the hardcore roots. I thought Doom 2016 went back as far as we'd see, but then Doom Eternal, wow, it's definitely sticking to the original concept of the games. They are trying insanely hard to appeal to the classic fans of the series, which I'm glad to say I'm one of them. And I can personally say they're doing an excellent job. So yeah, that's why I think that multiplayer is going to have this classic mode. But, there's always a but, I think that we're also going to see a modern version as well. I don't think it'll be all classic. I feel like they've attracted new fans to the multiplayer, even though it did receive all that hate. There is still multiple people that love playing that game. And even, I went to PlayStation 4 the other day and there was still multiple people playing it. And I'm sure that's the same for Xbox and PC, and I think it's on Switch as well. I don't know what that's like on Switch, but definitely PlayStation 4 there were still people playing. It did go dead for a while, but now it just seems that everyone's suddenly come back, and I don't know why, and now I'm always finding games to play. So there's definitely people who still like it. They're still playing it to this day. So I feel like they're not going to suddenly abandon this as well. I feel like they're going to just try and work on a way of having both. So there's maybe two options at the start: classic team deathmatch, and then the new Doom 2016 deathmatch. See, I think classic deathmatch would just be a mode now, whilst all the other ones like Infernal Run, Domination, they will all be there still. It's just that they're going to have to share the spotlight with the classic one now, and I feel like the classic will obviously be more popular, but it's always great to have both modes there so it appeals to both multiplayer fans at the same time instead of just one at a time, as if it would be if they got rid of the Doom 2016 style multiplayer this time. And besides, I really hope they do keep the demon runes, because I really want to play as these other new demons. Can you imagine playing as an Archvile? What about Pain Elemental, shooting Lost Souls and a Recnatron? Please don't get rid of that. That would be so cool to see that. I mean, I understand that we're going to play this, of course, in the Demon Invaders mode, but just as multiplayer as well, it just adds that extra charm, in my opinion, because I really do enjoy playing as the demons in multiplayer, especially the Spectre. It's just so fun to play as, and they're kind of hard to get used to at first, especially the Cacodemon and Spectre, but once you kind of know what you're doing, they are really fun to play as and so addictive. So yeah, I hope they do keep the demon runes no matter what happens to multiplayer. Even if it's just an option that you can turn off in a certain game mode, that's fine. As long as they're there, I'll be happy. So yeah, there's not really much else you can talk about the multiplayer at the minute, because we don't have a clue really what's going on. But my best bet is there's going to be both. We're going to see a classic, and we're going to see the 2016 version. And who knows what else they're going to add in. There's plenty of other things they could do. Maybe kind of like a 4 players versus 1 demon player situation, which has been popular in recent years. So maybe 4 players can go against a boss, or maybe more than 4 players. So let's just say, for instance, 4 online players go against 1 online player who plays as a cyber demon on the opposite team, and obviously the 4 players will have to work on their own, and the cyber demon has pretty much every chance to destroy the other 4 players, because he'll obviously be the more powerful player. That's why he's on his own. That's quite popular, and then I would actually kind of like to see something like that. I mean, it'd be a bit stupid if it's just like a Baron they did, but maybe that's a great way of getting bosses into multiplayer as well. And who wouldn't want to play as a cyber demon, or what other bosses they're going to show us in this game? Because I'd love that, I seriously would. So yeah, that's another mode that I was thinking about. I'm not sure if that'd be there, but if it is, I'd definitely be backing that up. But what other game modes do you think there's going to be? Do you think they're going to get rid of the Doom 2016 style, or do you think they're going to keep that and not even bother adding in a classic style? Let me know in the comments down below, and soon I will have an announcement for this channel. Something I've been working on for quite some time, and hopefully you guys can enjoy it. It's not all been quiet from my recording part. I have been working behind the scenes. It's just the uploads have been a bit hit or miss for the last couple of months now. So I'm sorry about that, but hopefully I can improve that in the future. But for now, this has been Rock Gamer 45, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.